right, guys in the chat, be nice to each other. We got a lot of Optic fans who are very happy that I did not say Rise Nation was going to upset Optic. And I really wanted to say just to upset them, but I don't think it's true. I think Optic's
mean mood.
Optic's going to be doing well. But this next one, I'm a little bit interested to see how this next team is going to do. Denial is coming in with our 6th seed overall, and they're going to be facing off against Vex. So let's take a look at this Vex lineup. A brand new team for this tournament. Mud Dog, Pluto playing with Bad Luck, Brian Saint, and J Rich. So Pluto is a guy here that just finished top 3 at Niagara. I mean, he played with Huddle and the boys on Vex, played very well in that tournament. I think he's going to be a player to watch, and let's take a look at some of his numbers if we have it. Overall, just below a 1.0 ratio. He gets the job done at Blitz and Dom. His slang, not anything insane, and his S&D, nothing really crazy. But the reason I picked Pluto as my player to watch is he went so big at Niagara when they needed him to. He was just the clutch factor, and stats don't always tell the full story. So keep your eyes on Craig Walker this weekend because they're going to need him to go big. In fact, this whole team is going to need to go big against this Denial lineup. Benson, talk me through. What do you think of Zuma's new squad that he's put together now for Season 3?
Very, very talented squad, not gonna lie. As I mentioned earlier on, Replay said he wanted to team with Zuma for such a long time, and he managed to do that. Obviously, didn't retire as he originally planned to. He managed to keep on playing. He got that teammate that he really wanted, and with that, he also got Study and Saints, and that team could be very good. Not gonna lie, Pocket, it really could be. I mean, the best map, Strike Zone, 7-1 record on that map. That just shows you the pure aggression these guys are playing with. Study's always been just such an aggressive player. You add that with Zuma and Saints' slaying power, Replay's objective-based work. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that that's the best map at all.
Yeah, that just tells me that they have almost better gun skill, or they're just purely raw talented than almost all the other teams in the league.
Exactly, and as well as that, the respawn continues. The best Blitz map is Octane. That's a 4-1 record. That's very, very good. But interestingly, a lot of people will remember from, Anaheim, Zuma just so good at S&D. That was where everyone kind of sat back and was like, oh, wow, this guy can snipe. He's a really good Search and Destroy player. The worst S&D map is Warhawk at 0-5. That's kind of like, wow, okay, what's going on here? They're dominating in respawn, but they're falling down in S&D. And again, think about that. Study, his sniping ability. When this team was formed, everyone was like, okay, that's 2 of potentially the best S&D snipers in the game. Replays has always been a great S&D player. I've done, countless doubles, GBs with Replays. Me and him had some fun, and his knowledge of the game and knowledge of Search and Destroy and what players are going to do is incredible. And Saints as well. He's always been up there in Search, so it's weird to see that as the case statistically for that team, that they really are struggling in S&D but dominating in respawn. I would definitely expect them to dominate respawn. I would have thought that Search and Destroy would be up there too. So yeah, that probably just shows a little bit about team chemistry. Not being a team that long, they obviously all have different ideals of how to play Search and Destroy in this game because they haven't been a team for that long. You look at Study, he's probably still playing the way he was when he was on Envy. Replay's probably still playing the way he was on FaZe. You bring all that together, it's not quite going to work. And for me, S&D is one of those game types where you need everyone to be on the same page. If you have a teammate who isn't on that same page, he's going to be randomly doing something. You're not going to know whether he's watching your back. What is he watching? Is he watching a cut, etc.? So you do need to be careful. But as I said, Zuma for me, the key player on that team.
I'm excited to see this squad, and one thing I'm really excited about is their ability to play at a fast tempo. Strike Zone, 7-1 for a reason. They can rotate really well. They can get the quick shots and go clutch individually when needed. Blitz map, their best one is Octane, one of the smaller blitz, something where you can get kind of a spawn trap going and just keep recycling it. A very fast-paced map. Where they struggle is the slow-paced game. So we see that in Warhawk Blitz. We see that in Warhawk Search. They're 0-5 in Warhawk Search, and that's that map that Zuma originally took over at Anaheim that we all watched. He locked it down with the sniper rifle. So I don't know how far Denial can go in this tournament. I'm feeling pretty confident for them in this first matchup, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get a bunch of maps like a couple Warhawks in there, a Sovereign, some maps where they need to slow it down. They could get some trouble.
Yeah, a lot is going to depend on the maps, and that's something when we make predictions it's very hard to anticipate because we don't know what the maps are going to be, and a lot of it genuinely does matter on that because, as you said, Boogie, you know, some teams are very objective based. You know, they like to rotate. Other teams very, very slay heavy, and of course, maps that completely decides whether they're going to be good at certain maps or bad at certain maps. So you have to take every prediction with a pinch of salt because the maps are so crucial. And as you said, in this map, they could get, for example, if Dom Strike Zone's the first domination. If they lose that, I'd be amazed. I really will be. They're obviously very talented. That 7-1 record. That's a crazy record to have in Dom Strike Zone. So if they get a little bit unlucky with the maps, potentially it could go to a fifth set, or a fifth map, I should say. But even so, even if they got the worst maps, I still think naturally they are the more talented squad, and they're going to take the first round.
All right. Well, I got your bracket printed out, Ben. It's time to go through. And I'll circle our winner so far and announce it out to the crowd. So far, we have Optic Nation taking out Stunner in round number 1 if Stunner's able to come through with the 4th overall seed from Open. Most Wanted, Strictly Business. This was a split decision. We're both hoping it goes to Game 5. Then we had FaZe versus Annex. So go ahead and take this one down, Will. This is inaccurate. We had FaZe going up against Annex. Not Rise Nation, as Annex had the higher seed. Originally, I had Rise Nation over FaZe. I think it's safe to say both of us agree FaZe will beat Annex here. Yep. And then we called Envy over Justice. So no surprises in the top half. Higher seed, with the exception of Strictly Business, potentially over Most Wanted. In the bottom half, we agreed once again, TK should not lose their first match, correct?
Yep, 100%.
Second match, Curse Vanquish. I called the Vanquish upset. Are you sticking with Curse?
See, I'm going to say Curse just because I think they should come together. They should have the head of the game. I'm looking at Ian. I'm saying Enable, you're going to pull through for that Curse team. He's going to put them in the right mindset. But as I mentioned earlier on, that is the one match in that whole round 1, which I think is the most likely to be an upset.
All right, so Vanquish on my board. You got Curse moving on. Then we got Optic Gaming. They are going to face off against Rise Nation if all goes as planned. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people expect, but both of us have it going to Optic Gaming. And then Denial over Vexed. Are you seeing Vexed anyway taking this match over Denial?
No.
No. Okay, so...
Sorry. Sorry, Vex fans.
It's okay.
No.
I don't think they're going to hate you for saying, why don't you think our pickup team 2 weeks before the event is going to crush, Ben? So let's go into round 2 now.
Okay.
As things are about to get interesting, Optic Nation versus Most Wanted / Strictly Business. Can either of those teams take out Optic Nation?
I just really want to see Optic Nation versus Strictly Business simply because you get to see Fizz versus Killer in S&D. I think that's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing just to hear those guys going at it.
You just turned red as you started talking about
it. It just makes me happy. It does. It makes me. I just think it'd be great. I wish I was there to actually watch that game. That'd be an incredible game to watch. But can Strictly Business overall beat Optic Nation? I don't think so. I don't think when it comes to the respawn and etc. Again, a lot depends on how FizzUp is playing. You know, has he carried through with his respawn like we saw in day 2 of X Games, or is he not playing the best in respawn like we saw at day 1 of X Games?
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall, when you look at the grand scheme of things, I think Optic Nation should come out on top in that series. How about you?
I think that Optic Nation matches up better against Most Wanted. I think Strictly Business, like you said, there's a bit more of a threat. On the S&D side, I also don't think they'll be prepared for Strictly Business as much as they are for Most Wanted. Most Wanted, they get the experience playing through Season 3. Strictly Business, they've been out of the limelight, they've been out of the spotlight. No one really knows what to expect from this squad. If Methods turns it up and starts slaying, and we see FizzUp dropping bombs like he did at X Games, they have a chance, but I'm with you. Optic Nation's moving on. FaZe Envy, though, is a much closer matchup. Yep. And this one, for me, I was really torn. I wanted to say Envy right away. I was like, Gfinity, champions, Envy, formal, can't stop them. Nameless has been playing great. They're going to dominate. And then I remembered Gamescom and the fact that the matches I watched from this week, despite the other 3 playing well, were with Snipedown filling in and not JCap. How is Envy performing on LAN against a top competitor like FaZe? Is this an opportunity for FaZe to cause the upset, or do you have Envy moving on in your bracket?
It is an opportunity for them to cause the upset, but I still have Envious coming out on top of that one. I think this is going to be the first game where it's sort of two really high-profile teams, and it's like, oh, well, kind of could go either way. But I think Envy are going to draw upon their experience at G3, you know, just thinking about being champions, and they're going to be able to just come through that extra bit.
Extra bit. So Envy coming through on your board.
Oh, you're thinking about this. Wow. You want to say FaZe?
I do. I really do.
Really? Even though Envious are G3 champions?
I'm not going to, though.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I think
you chickened out.
I think if it's a map like Sovereign, FaZe loses. I feel I've seen them try and overextend, try and get the 3 cap too many times in domination. That ends up biting them. Envy has been playing much, much smarter, much more patient. 2 flags and we're happy. So I'm calling Envy with my safe bet here. I'm starring this one. This is I think my round 2 closest match that we're gonna see. After the commercial break, we're gonna talk about our other 2 round 2 matches: Team Caliber versus Curse/Vanquish, and Optic Gaming versus Denial, as well as the semifinals and grand finals. The predictions keep coming, and we want to hear yours. Tweet Benson at Benson_EU. Tweet me at MLG Puckett, and talk in the chat. First off, who do you guys think is going to take it? Is it Team Caliber? Is it Curse? And is it Optic Gaming? Or is it Denial? We'll be right back.